Hi there, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. So, this is the next week's show, which we do every Saturday, in which I talk about what's going on the channel for the week, including the regular shows and the monthly series. Also, got an announcement. So, I should make the announcement first. So, Ben is done with the channel now. He's been helping me for about 4.5 years, one of my original subscribers. Big help. He's been a big help and a good friend throughout this time. He's come up with many topics and opened the door for me on many different bands that I had never followed before. Never really, some of them I didn't really have an inkling of. So for that, I'm grateful alone, but also all the stuff that he contributes has helped me put together quite a few of the series we've run, some of the bigger ones, Ben's Album Challenge, the most recent one we're doing, Who Did It Better, some of the rock album wars we've done, or rock band wars we've done as well. Yeah, so quite a bit. Nomads, there's lots of series we've done throughout the years that have helped the channel a lot, and I appreciate Ben's time, so hopefully everybody will recognize the contributions he's done to the channel. And he's moving on, so the two shows that we were doing, the mini-series, Album Runs, and Who Did It Better, are both come to an end now. So with Album Runs, I talked over Ben. He would like me to continue to do stuff in this area. So with the Album Runs, I will be redoing that series as a second series, probably in a month or so. There's a number of bands that I've been listening to their discography that are not quite, haven't listened to them quite enough to do any kind of album runs from, so I'm going to give it some time so I can get those albums into play for me. The other series, Who Did It Better, I'm going to come out with a series that is somewhat similar to it, but it's going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to have be talking about a particular song that came out from a particular band and all the covers that were done by it, which ones are good, which ones are not so good. And so that will replace Who Did It Better, but it'll be a couple of weeks as I'm getting ready for my holidays and trying to get some stuff together. So we'll wait a couple weeks to start that, and then that series will probably go on the Friday night, replacing Who Did It Better. Next up is the regular channel shows, new prog albums, which comes out Sunday. This week we're doing Green Desert Tree and Fighting Dragons. That's the name of the album, released in April 24th. So that will be for the new prog albums this week, Sunday at 8 o'clock. Look back at a classic rock album on Monday. We are going to do some redos as I've been fixing some of the spelling and going through some of the videos that I've put on Look Back at a Classic Rock Album, and it's been around since the beginning of the channel. Some of the albums early on were not such good quality on the video aspect, so I've decided some of these albums need to be redone because they're too good of an album to leave in that kind of a fog. So we're going to do this album this week, which is Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. This will be the first redo in a while, actually. I've done a few redos, but not too many. But this one definitely needs to be redone, so we're going to do that for Monday night's Look Back at a Classic Rock Album, Monday at 8 o'clock. Next is Favorites. I'm going to... So I had a topic, but then when I checked over, I realized I'd already done a similar topic, so I wanted to do something different. So we're going to do 5 albums that are hard to classify. So I'm going to pick out 5 albums from my discography that I think are difficult to put into the genres. They don't fit any particular genre very completely. And so I've picked out 5 albums for that. And that will be Favorites episode this week, Wednesday at 8 o'clock. So no Tuesday, of course, and no Thursday, Friday, as the live rock topics is only going to be every second week. So the next show after that will be Saturday at noon, which is this one, and it'll be covering May 17th to 23rd. The next show up will be Saturday at 2 p.m., which is Rock Bands A to Z. I've picked out 5 bands for that show, and we are going to be talking about the letter C There might be a few surprises here as to who I'm going to be picking, but for the most part, they're all really well-loved bands, and I'm looking forward to doing that Saturday at 2 p.m. Next up is the mini-series we've been running, The British Invasion. We are now past the first 4 British Invasion bands and are now on to the 4 American bands. This will be episode number 7, and we will be talking about The Doors. Yeah, you knew they were coming, right? There's no way you can do influential bands from the 1960s without including The Doors in there. So that will be the topic for The British Invasion this week, episode 7, featuring The Doors, Saturday at 4 p.m. And the last episode of the week will feature, which is called What's New, will feature Jeff Tate's new album, Operation Mindcrime 3, which was released not too long ago on May the 3rd. And that's the topic for Saturday at 8 p.m. Hope to see you all for that. So that's it for the regular shows for the week. We also have the monthly series for the month of May, which features my 31 favorite standalone albums, or one-off albums, or lone albums, whatever you want to call it. This is a series that we're running for the month of May, in which I'm going to give 31 bands that only produced one studio album. This has actually been quite enlightening. There's been quite a few bands that you guys suggested that I've been listening to. A couple of them I actually decided to put into my list, pulling out a couple that maybe were kind of at the bottom and not really strong for me, but these 2 were quite good, so we're going to put them in. So I've been running this series now for approximately a week and a half. So we have another 7 episodes for this week. I look forward to continue. Some people have been giving me their picks, which has been great. That's exactly what I hoped it would be. Plus people making comments on some of the albums as well. So that's the series for the month of May. I hope to see you continue to show up and watch the series. It's good for me and good for you as well. So the next thing we also just talk just briefly. I'm doing my next album ranking, studio album ranking from a band. I've picked Simon and Garfunkel, so they have 5 studio albums in total. I own 4. The other one is in the mail, so to speak. Should be within the next few days. And so we're going to do all 5 of their studio albums and how I rank them and how I see them. That will be probably the first favorites episode in the month of June. So hope you will enjoy that, and so will I, because I get to listen whenever I do an intense listen like this, when I'm just listening to the same 5 albums by the bands relatively over and over again. A couple things happen. First, I become much more in depth about the albums, and the other thing is, if I happen to have got the title wrong or the band's name wrong or something in there that's wrong, after a while of looking at them, I begin to realize that I did that with Marillion. There was a couple things that I always do with Marillion that were kind of screw-ups. And during the course of the series, I realized it and have corrected that to the point where I'm not doing it anymore. And that's important. So that's it for the channel shows for this week. Episode number 19. And I hope to see you all throughout the week. So take care and have yourself a good evening. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe. And if you want to make any comments about anything I've said, you can do that in the comment section below. Take care. Goodbye.